Fiona Paveo. I'm helping with the ducks for Friends of Hospice, and soon we're going to be dunking the ducks overboard. I'm going to do it for community service, but mostly because I want to help out with our community.
Hello, my name's Ben. I go to MSA and I'm just attending this for community service, and we're just going to help throw the ducks overboard.
I think that when I did notice a change in his spirit, I would say, is that when because he talked about the staff a lot, how the staff had interacted with him and like kept an eye on him basically on the shifts and stuff. And I think he appreciated that, you know, with them coming to him, making sure he's okay and actually working with him to get better. I saw a change in him where he was determined, you know what I mean? So with that, that's when I saw an actual change in him.
And the wonderful staff, if you wanted anything, they were there in a flash. They were there to help. And they didn't do it and go. They always had time to say, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? And a chat. And the same with the doctor. The doctor would come around in the morning, and the doctor was a very pleasant and very able person, but her personality took a little bit further than that, and it made you feel good, and it made you feel as though you're being treated by the doctor and by the staff and by all the caregivers, and it really was an absolutely great time.
The staff actually are special trained in palliative care, which is very special care that is given to people who are actively dying. And this is not just cancer patients, it's also patients that have other more serious diseases as well. But it really is a specialist training, and the staff have been here for a number of years. They're very compassionate, they're very special individuals, and in fact I've heard a lot of family members refer to them as angels. And I think they really are. It's not easy work, you know, and they don't just support the patient, they support the family members, they support the friends. Anyone who comes to visit somebody that's a patient at Agape House gets real tender loving care from the nursing staff.
The staff are the same. The staff take on all that is around them. And when I came today, there were so many people talk to me. It was absolutely amazing. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you too. And we had just an amazing time with the staff. They just came out, they chatted away. As I said, unfortunately, I've not got a very good memory for names. And I would remember everyone if I could, believe me. But I stop and I talk, and I enjoy that.
Hi everybody, my name is Jalise Allen and I work at Friends of Hospice. So basically I came on in 2012 as a volunteer. I started in day hospice, and my reason for coming to Friends of Hospice to volunteer is because I was doing my bachelor's degree in thanatology, which is the study of death, dying, grief and bereavement. What I studied is what it is. So everything I've learned, I'm using it, I'm putting it to use in terms of what I do here in day hospice whenever I'm able to come in now and help out. I mean, I know how to deal with the patients in this environment, in Agape House, sitting with some of those who are sick and ill, who may be dying, who aren't, because that's a myth out there too. Not everyone that comes to Agape House comes to die. I've seen a lot of people go home. So between that, with programs, I'm using my skills there. I'm using it everywhere.
My name is William Highland. I'm Deputy Chairman of Friends of Hospice, and I'm very proud to be a part of this day, and I'm glad to see the weather cooperating and the turnout to be great. So I wish everyone luck in their ducks and keep buying tickets. Friends of Hospice supports Agape House, the sole hospice care center in Bermuda, and it's very important to the island that we're able to provide services that we do to people at Agape House and their family and relatives of those near and dear who are having their end of days at Agape House. We've been holding the Rubber Duck Derby in St. George's for many years, and we're glad to see again that there's been a tremendous turnout from the community and participants and volunteers in St. George's today.
Rubber Duck Derby is a big feat. I mean, I feel like we started last year. November, when I came on board, I was starting to do Rubber Duck Derby, and as everyone knows, the event is in June, so that's a long time. Getting the volunteers together, I mean, it takes a lot of work because you have to get people to be engaged, so that's a lot of what I'm doing. I'm keeping people engaged so that they feel willing to help out, you know, not just during the big events, that they're included in all of our daily activities. So the events, I mean, the volunteers are a very important part of what we do, our organization. From the big events like Rubber Duck Derby, we had 132 volunteers help out this year, and we had 76 down on the actual day of the event. And so that takes a lot of work, you know, getting people to get their schedules together, getting the timing down, knowing what it is that they have to do, how they are going to help. And because we always want to make people's time very meaningful, we don't want people to waste their time, you know. So it's a lot of work, but it's very well worth it when you come here on a Monday to Day Hospice and you see how we are changing people's lives. So it's all helpful.